Hi everyone, it's Joe. Welcome back to another Ramble. It is Thursday, November 27th at 11:58 p.m. I swear I'm gonna get better times for these here soon. It's just with all this stuff going on at home, stuff just gets out of whack. Anyway, first things first. For those who celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving. I hope if you celebrated, you had a good one. Secondly, happy 1 year since first Ramble on this channel. So happy anniversary, I suppose. Yeah, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure the first official Ramble and the welcome video both went up today, 11/27, 2024. Yes, that is correct. So I imagine we'll do some in today's ramble. I will do some talking about last night, and then I will ramble on about today, and then I will do some anniversary shenanigans since it's the first one. So first things first, stuff that happened last night. So after I got off the ramble, I watched some Young Sheldon, I watched some Boondocks, and then I played some of the visual novel Chaos Head Noah, and I I finished chapter 5, so now I'm on chapter 6, and then I read online chapter recaps of chapters 1 through 5 just to make sure that I remembered everything, since I haven't played that game since last November. Then I went to bed, and here we are. So, first things first, in regards to stuff that happened today, like Ramble stuff. I don't know exactly when it happened, but we hit an 18th subscriber. That's exciting. Yay. Whoever you are, thank you very much. I hope you stick around for more than just yesterday's Ramble. Thank you very much. I am very, very appreciative. Alrighty, so I woke up today at 10:30 or 11. I don't remember exactly when. Maybe I woke up at 10:30 and I just laid in bed for a while. Because I do remember my 10:30 alarm going off. Then I came downstairs. I had breakfast. I got dressed, and then I waited for the company to arrive. So at about 12:45, 1-ish, my grandma and grandpa showed up. And then slowly more people started. Oh, let me back up. So, guests of today: my grandma and grandpa, my aunt, one of my cousins, and then two friends of my grandparents. So, also, my aunt is sick. So we told her to stay away from me since I have finals soon and I don't want to get sick. So, of course, when she got here, the first thing she did was come straight over to me to give me a birthday card and $60 for my birthday, which is great. And I understand why she came right to me to give me that. But also it's really funny because we asked her to please stay away from me, and the first thing she did was come straight up to me. So they all got here. Unfortunately, my cousin that I like a lot more than the one who's here today was unable to come because she is in Savannah helping film a movie. I don't know what the movie is, but that's cool. That's really cool, and I'm glad that she's getting to do something really cool like that, that she's interested in and passionate about. While it does make me sad that she wasn't here, obviously, her being there and doing that is far more important. So then at 3:45, maybe 4 o'clock, we all sat down and had Thanksgiving, food. So I'm not gonna say everything we had. I'm just gonna say that everything I ate, since that's what I'm gonna remember. So I had turkey that was cooked in the smoker. I had ham. I had mashed potatoes and gravy that were of questionable quality. I had corn casserole, green bean casserole, and a roll, because obviously. And then I tried dressing, stuffing, whatever you want to call it, for the first time. It was okay. Nothing too crazy. And then, while we were eating, my friend Riley showed up because I had texted him about Thanksgiving. He was like, oh, well, I'm not at one. So I had invited him to mine. And so then he showed up while we were eating. And then, so after I finished eating, me and him went into my living room, and I was on my PlayStation, and we just kind of like talked while I played some GTA, and I played some Inazuma 11. And then we we also discussed Christmas gifts. So it was decided that there's like a poster he wants from the band Gorillaz. So I'm gonna order that for him off of eBay, and then he is going to get me a gift card to the sock website that I buy all my awesome socks from. So we got that sorted. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know how big of a gift card he's getting, because we were talking about it, and I told him how much like one pair of my socks cost, which was like $25. He was like, well, I kind of wanted to get you a $15 one, so I don't know what he's going to do. I even told him this. I said, I feel like 50 is too much, but also you do what you want. So then, we hopped on my Switch and we played their Switch game. It's called like 51 Worldwide Clubhouse Games. We played a game of I remember the second thing we played. What was the first thing we played? We played Yahtzee. And he won. And then we played a round of Connect 4, which I won. Then he decided he was going to head out, so my mom gave him a bunch of leftovers and a piece of chocolate pie, because, we had peanut butter pie, we had chocolate pie, and we had sugar cream pie, as well as my personal peanut butter pie. So, he headed out, and so then I was just kind of out here on my own, for a little while, and heard all sorts of things. Like, my grandma wants us to go on a big family trip, and I hate family vacations. I don't like. I'm not even a fan of just vacation in general. Family vacations are the worst. She wants to go on some family vacation. However, my mom told me that I would have I would be allowed to just be like, sorry, I don't want to go. So that's great. Who knows if that'll hold, if that'll still be a thing by the time we get to whenever that is. But that's great. I'm gonna be real. I tuned out most of their conversations because I just didn't care. But I distinctly remember the conversation about vacation. Then eventually everybody left, and I had a piece of the chocolate pie, and it was really good. And then me and my mom we got on the Switch, and we played the Clubhouse, the 51 Worldwide Classic Games, whatever it's called. I don't know. I feel like Clubhouse is in the title, but I don't know. So we played quite a few games. I know we played Mancala and Connect 4 and Nine Man's Morris, Yahtzee, Dots and Boxes, Checkers, Hares and Hounds. We played all sorts of stuff. It was a really good time. So I won most of the games, which is great because winning is fun. And so she went to bed at like 11:45 or 11:30. I don't remember. She like went upstairs, and then I was just kind of chilling on my phone for a little bit, just because I needed to like just kind of vibe for a minute. So yeah, that was my events today. Nothing too hateful, from what I can remember. So yeah, now that we have cleared the task of recapping today's events, allow me to do the anniversary shenanigans part of this. So I figured for the first year I would, or for the first like anniversary thing, I would, especially since we started picking up traction. Well, traction in air quotes. I guess yeah. I think we started picking up traction. I want to say like August, September, maybe October. I know it's died down recently, but I would say maybe August and September. But we also had stuff in October. I don't remember exactly when stuff started picking up like crazy. But I guess since stuff only started picking up like here recently, and I don't really expect anybody to like go back and listen to the early stuff, and quite frankly, I wouldn't recommend it. I figure I would just fill everybody in on like why this all started, and like I don't know, just anniversary stuff. So, all right. Let's see. Okay. Why did the Rambles start? So last year around this time, I was... Sorry, I heard like a weird noise. I was a user, like a surprisingly active user on the dating app Duolicious, that I remember blew up on Twitter because it was just like, it was being advertised as like a dating app for like chronically online meme obsessed people. That's the terrible description, but that's that was like the vibe. Hold on. Give me one moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. It sounded like somebody was down here, and I got like really conscious and self-conscious about everything, and I felt like I was being eavesdropped on, and it made me uncomfortable. As I was saying, so about last year, around this time, I was very active on the dating app Duolicious. That's meant for like meme online people. I wouldn't say I'm really obsessed with memes, so I guess in that regard I don't really fit, but being online and playing video games all the time and binging anime and being semi-antisocial and stuff fits. Like I know long distance like online relationships was like a big factor in the advertising as well, and I'm like, oh, that fits me. So I was relatively active, and there was someone who I say, so it's been a long minute since I talked to them or about them, so if I get some details wrong, my apologies. There was someone who had sent me an intro message, and I had responded to them, and we ended up having like a very pleasant conversation, and we just like kept talking, and it ended up leading to, okay, hey, would you want to try like a relationship? And it was insanely fast. Like, I won't deny, like it got started super quickly, way too quickly. Gotta be real, but I don't know. it was just like a really good like thing, and it just, even though I will admit it was like way too fast, it felt like the right step. So we were in a relationship of sorts. And okay, no, it was a relationship. I don't know why I said that. And so everything was going good, and then I don't remember exactly what day I don't know if it was like the exact day the idea was passed around, or I guess thought of, or if it was like he had came up with the idea or had said something and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that, and then a few days later, I feel like maybe I had sent him voice messages, and he told me, he was like, your voice is like very relaxing and it is calming, and he was like, I don't know if he said it reminded him of ASMR or if it just like he was listening to it and it like helped. I know what it was. I would send him voice messages and he would tell me the next day, he's like, I listened to them falling asleep and it has like helped me fall asleep tremendously. And like they'd be like super short voice messages. So he'd just be like, yeah, I listened to them on repeat. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe it'd be more efficient if I just like talked on my phone for a while and then just like uploaded it, and then he could like go on and listen to the like this ramble that's like way longer. He could just throw on in the background and put on his headphones, and it would last like way longer than like the 30-second audio message or whatever, or like the minute long or whatever. So that turned into this channel, and then like I said, at the time when I started making these, I made them with the impression that only he would hear them, only he would find them. I mean, I made them public, but like, I didn't think anyone else would hear them. So the early ones, I don't remember for how long, I would say some very, very cringy, attempting to be romantic things, which I mean he said he liked, so I continued to do them. Upon retrospect, they are very cringy, which is why I cannot recommend going back and starting from the beginning. But so I would do them every day, and then it slowly just turned into, instead of me just doing it for him, it turned into like a thing that I was just gonna do regardless. And it just so happened that he was also using them to help him fall asleep, which was great. Then he would disappear for like days on end and would like ghost me completely, which then led me to meeting somebody else, Tim, who I have talked about, but I haven't talked about them in a long time. And which turned into us being friends, and then like he supporting me along with my bestie, both of them like supporting me like through the fact that like that the guy who I assumed I was in a relationship with like was never around, like they both like supported me through that. And then so I would still make these rambles. At this point it was more of just a way to get my emotions out and like just feel things. Well, then eventually, I cut ties with the dude because he blew me off multiple times when we had plans. He disappeared, and I mean, mind you, from the sound of it, he had a good reason. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I was really sick. I was in the hospital," or he'd be like, "I just get super anxious. This is my first time doing something like this, and I don't want to mess it up." But like he made no effort to fix it or put in any effort with me, so things just ended. But I mean, I still would record these just out of habit at this point, as like a sort of emotional release, rant, ramble, that kind of thing, and just to like talk about my day. And then like I just like all my motivation to do them kind of dwindled, which is why there are significant gaps eventually, and then there are like rambles where like it's like 4 days in one, because I just zero motivation to do anything. And then I just quit because I was like, I was like, well, he's never around anymore, so he doesn't listen. And, like, I didn't think Tim listened to them. I mean, he did sometimes. But I was under the impression that, like, because at the time I was, like, talking with him every day. And I was talking to him every day and texting and voice calling. And I was talking to my bestie every day, like, texting or calling or whatever. I was like, okay, well, everybody I talk to, like, they hear my day. So, like, nobody else, like, needs to. So I just stopped. And then here we are now in end of July, early August. I was in a situation where I can no longer talk to my bestie. So in an act of desperation, I was like, so I made a ramble directed to her as like a message. I did a few more like that. And then I was given the official instructions to not reach out to her or contact her. So some of those got deleted. And now it's just been like a daily ramble thing and also a daily recollection of every day that we are not able to talk. That way, when the day comes, hopefully, that we're able to be like besties again. I mean, we still are besties, but like hang out and talk and stuff. She can hear everything that she missed. And here we are. So that has been the 1 year journey. Not daily, like I said, but 1 year nonetheless. So whether you have been here since the cringy beginnings or the time frame where I like disappeared, or if you hopped in August or sometime more recent like September or October, or you literally just joined like, your subscriber number 18 who joined like yesterday or today or like a few weeks ago, thanks for sticking around and all the support, and all the kind words that I typically receive. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon, especially because I'm still not in contact with my bestie. So, yeah, I hope you'll stick around for the rest and hear me ramble about good stuff and random stuff and not so good stuff when I'm having my episodes and very upset. So thanks. I think I'm going to wrap up here. So, as always, if you liked what you're listening to, hit like, leave feedback in the comments below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to stay up to date on things I post. Follow me on Twitter if you feel so inclined to do so. Link for that will be in the description. And as always, your support means the world to me. I love you all. And most importantly, though, if I didn't make it abundantly clear, I miss my bestie more than anyone, anything else in this entire world, and I can't wait until I get to talk to her again, because did I get to show her all this stuff and say, look what I did while we weren't able to talk. Look at this audio project of mine. But I'll be back tomorrow with another ramble. Until then, happy Thanksgiving, happy anniversary, thanks for all your support, and bye.